the expected rate of return, but also whether the municipalities and states are making their annual contributions as recommended from the actuaries.
Well, those are important points. Let me deal with the second one first. The terms of making the recommended required contribution, they have to do that. And, you know, if you get into a situation where state and local governments don't make those contributions year after year, that is a big problem. And the states that have serious problems, local governments that have serious problems.
New Jersey, for instance.
New Jersey, it was a sport in the state, you know, and it was bipartisan. You had both Republican and Democratic governors who, you know, seemed to think it was cute that they weren't going to make the required contribution. If you do that, you get into problems, no doubt about it. So, you know, people should be very down on politicians who think it's funny not to make the required contributions to their pension plans.
Before you continue, can I just add, because
Sure.
in New Jersey is an example of that. They made the effort, they passed the legislation to catch up in their portion of the funding, the portion from tax revenue. But then just last week, Governor Christie said, we're not going to do quite what we said. They're actually pulling back a bit. What would you say to Governor Christie?
Well, you know, I'd say it's a serious matter. I mean, it's, you know, again, any state could have a bad year, and I could understand, you know, say, go back to 2009, a really bad year, saying, okay, we can't do it this year. But then you have to have a pretty concrete plan. Okay, here's how we're going to make that up, because these are real obligations. And, you know, the idea is somehow it's voluntary, you know, it's inconvenient. That's not right. I mean, you owe this money. It's, you know, somehow it's become sort of a joke. We're not going to pay the money in pensions. Well, tell that to your bondholders. You know, we owe $1 billion to our bondholders this year, but, you know, it's inconvenient. No one would do that. And it should have the same attitude towards their pensions.